Happy Monday, everyone. By the time you're watching, this is the same day of filming. And I'll be honest with you guys, it's around 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now when I'm filming this. So hopefully you're actually going to watch this in the evening, maybe around 7, 8 o'clock when this actually goes out. I apologize again yesterday. I did not have a vlog up yesterday, mainly because on Saturday, my phone was completely dead the whole day. I forgot to bring my charger when I went to work. As a lot of you know, I work as a teacher, so I had it all day, and then when I got home, it was just busy, us getting ready for my son's birthday party. Now, before I get to your questions, because Mondays on my main channel, I answer one specific question. Here, what I'd like to do is get to as many of your questions as I can with very quick answers, so I'm going to actually do that today. But remember a few days ago, my other vlog, I was unboxing something. I didn't tell you what it was. Well, why don't I show you exactly what that was right now? Bubble thingies. Your bubble things.
Your bubble.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it, Ellie. I'll do it. See? Whoa! It's my Darth Vader costume.
Where's my costume?
It's my Darth Vader costume.
Where's my costume?
And
I'm videoing you.
So yesterday was my son's birthday, and he had a fantastic time. Got a lot of toys, and he's really excited. Honestly, I'd show you some footage of that, but then I realized with every single shot I took, there were kids in there, and I didn't ask their parents if they could be in my vlog. But literally every single clip I got, there were kids in it, and I don't think it's fair that I don't put them in without me asking their parents first. So today, I am actually going to go and I'm going to answer as many questions as I can, okay? So hopefully I get to your question. If I don't, please continue to ask, and I will answer them for you, okay? So the very first comment I wanted to reply to is to my friend Jazza on my vlog number 27 video, Duet with Jazza. He said, thanks for jamming and for the plug. We should definitely karaoke sometime. Yes, my man, we will. I'm going to try to see if I can make a trip to Australia next year. I really would like to hang out with you, bro. We could do some cool drawing videos together. Maybe we could do something where, like, you would draw something and I would ink it, or you would draw something and then I would throw a background behind it. Like, we could do some really crazy collabs, buddy. So thank you again to my man Jazza, who's been giving me great advice. If you haven't already, please do check out his channel. But I think a lot of you watching, you're already fans of my man Jazza. Check out his daily vlog, youtube.com/dailyjazza, and his main channel, youtube.com/drawwithjazza. He's the man, and we will see more stuff from both of us very soon. So we'll see. These were for the videos from my main channel last week. Last week's how much does a comic book artist actually make? So here are some of the first questions. Okay, from Tel DM. He asks, I have a question on doing background. To me, it's the hardest to come up with an idea. Do you have any books you recommend? Thank you for your time. In terms of that, I would actually suggest you look at things like storyboard books. Look at things like film books, okay? Because see how people compose their backgrounds when they're doing film. The same way you should do when you are composing your actual images, okay? And again, don't be afraid to draw from life. Look at photographers. Look at a lot of photography and see how photographers frame their particular subject, because when we are doing art, we're trying to mimic life here, so it should make sense in that way. So I guess it all depends on what kind of background you are asking for. So again, a lot of you have been asking me for perspective tutorials. I will be doing that soon, but that's what I would suggest start off with. Looking photography books, looking at things like storyboarding books, directing books, that's important, right? For a lot of you who want to be comic book artists, really, you're directors, right? Even more so than storyboard artists, you're directors. Take a look at directing and see what you can learn about that. It will help you a lot. The Real Not Danny says, I'd love to buy a copy of that massive YouTuber superhero print behind you. If any of you seen my Justice League Nerd series on my main channel, like I draw a lot of YouTubers that inspire me, guys I actually know, who actually help me in YouTube. So you can check that out on my main channel. And I had the original hanging above my desk here, though I might actually take it down and change it. Now, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to sell this. I can't, because especially I know these guys. I don't think it's right. I reproduce them and then sell them. You know, especially without giving them any money for it. Especially I know them, right? So, so no, you can't have a copy. Well, who's to stop you from going to my pages and printing them out yourself, right? That's up to you. Like I have no control over that. So, so that's what it is. But thank you for liking the piece. That was an awesome piece for me to do, for sure. Evan Michael Harden asks, I'm sure they do, but I want to make sure that comic book companies pay more or less during industrial economic peaks and valleys, or is it always a fixed rate and the companies absorb the cuts in profits, financial losses? Unfortunately, in my experience, they don't change their prices. In my experience, like I've never, because back then, it was actually a fun time to be a Canadian and working in comics, because at that time our dollar was like literally like 67 cents American. So it's like you got paid in American, but really you're being paid 1.5, right? So it's really, instead of $200 a page US, I'm getting like $300 Canadian per page, right? So that was a good thing. But in terms of like it fluctuating, I've never seen it happen, but then I haven't worked regularly enough to see something like that happen. So I'm not sure if someone spent a long term at Marvel or DC that it would fluctuate based on the economic situation of the country that you are living in. I haven't seen that. Usually a fixed rate is a fixed rate is a fixed rate, in my experience. So maybe some of you guys know better than I do. You can let us know down in the comments below. But as far as I know, no. Depending on the economic times, the rate stays the same. However, it could mean they would have less work for you. The community won't have enough to pay you your actual rate. So I've never had someone going to me, hey, times are bad. Can you take like $100 a page instead of $200? Never's really happened. Floating Eye asks, hi, I'm a pretty good artist, but I'm even better inker. Great. Seeing as there isn't many of us, how does one get contacts to get that first job, other than the basics like portfolio, etc.? It seems to me inkers are still around, but more attached to the artist. That's true. They are still around. Inkers, I'm not saying that inkers don't exist anymore. They absolutely do. But those are mainly for those who don't, to the pencilers who don't ink their own stuff anymore. And people coming up just penciling, those are few and far in between nowadays. Like a lot of them like to do their own inks. Well, I'd say it's 50-50. I can't say that for sure. But how can an inker get their first job? Well, I'll tell you, like I have friends who still ink, and they're having a hard time finding a job right now, right? Here's what I would suggest to you, because a lot of artists, if they like an inker so much, right, they'll just keep using that inker. Okay? If that inker always makes their stuff look better, they'll keep using that particular inker. I would say just for you, just keep doing more work. Try to find artists that don't have inkers and then ink their stuff. Try to look for guys like starting out. Ink their stuff, because usually you'll find rough pencils of theirs online, right? I would take those, ink them, and try to prove that you are a better inker than the ones they are currently using. And if you are really good, they can mention that to their specific editors. Now, that's how I would do it, but then again, I'm not an inker. So my suggestion to you is find inkers, or find artists that are just starting out but have a main title job. Or not main title, but have their foot in the door in either Dark Horse, DC, Image, IDW. Take their stuff, ink them, send it to them, see if they like it, okay? See if they like it. And just do that. And then you'll have also these samples you can also send to editors as well, but I would try to get in with the artists, because if I found an inker just blows me out of the water with inks, and I was working on a regular book, especially that inker is much better than this other artist, I would say to my editor, hey, look, I know this guy's doing a good job, but look at this guy's stuff in my work. We could do magic. So that's what I would do. On my comic book art submissions video, question from Brady's_art. How did you get the comic boards to draw on? For those comic book submissions that I did, again, I was working in the industry already, and those were done between the years 2003 to 2005. So a lot of those were leftover boards that I got from particular companies. Now, usually when you work for DC, Marvel, when I was working at Dreamwave, even Dark Horse, they send you paper. They will send you Bristol board to work on because they have their own paper with their own logos on it and signature. Like DC paper is actually a lot bigger than Marvel paper, and they have a lot of the teeth on the paper is completely different. So they actually send you the paper to work on. Even when I was working on Dreamwave, they had their own paper to work on. Now, even Image Comics has their own paper to work on, but before I believe I had to pay for the paper, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, honestly, when I was working on submissions, sometimes I would just go to the dollar store, and I wrote that in my response to you. I just go to the dollar store, I just pick up some Bristol board, and I would just cut it to 11 by 17 size, and just work from there. Again, guys, it's really not the materials, it's not the actual board you're working on, it's the actual quality of your art. Now, having good material, it does help, but honestly, if you had an HB, like a school pencil, and some Bristol board, you could still make fabulous comics. It's just, you know, it's all up here. It's all up here. It's not the material, right? So like all the stuff I'm doing right now, like I'm using microns right now. If you wanted to use a ballpoint Bic pen, that's up to you. And you could make just as good work, even better work. So really, guys, it's always not the material. It's all what you're thinking about in here. On my Duet with Jazza video, Art of E Paradise said, take my advice. Who cares what people think? Post it, brother! I love it. Thank you, sir. It was his advice that I repost that Duet with Jazza because on my main channel, as I mentioned before, I posted up there and people started unsubscribing. So, well, it honestly wasn't the place for that. That place, everyone just wants to see me drawing and art advice. So I totally understand why. So that's why you'll find stuff like that on this channel. Okay? Thank you again, my man, for giving me confidence. I like it. My man, Josh Daimush Perez says, oh man, I'm excited to see a Unicron from you. And my man Josh, a good friend of mine, we'll actually both be at TFCon this weekend. By the time you're watching this, we'll be at TFCon in Mississauga, Canada, this weekend. And he actually colored that Deadpool cable piece I did on my channel. Real talented artist. Please go check him out. I think he has some videos on his channel, so please check him out as well. And yeah, I'm glad you liked it, buddy. And we need to do more work together. We'll talk this weekend for sure. Paul May asks, hello, Mr. Reyes. Just wondering what suggestions you have in regards to selling art. There aren't many conventions where I live. Awesome vlog as always. It's a little tough. I'll admit to you, I sell most of my work at conventions. Also, because it's a lot easier, you know, and the people are right there, and it's always great to see their reaction. And I totally understand if there's no convention. The only way so you can do it is to put it online. Put it online. I'd be wary of eBay. I'd be wary of eBay if you can't get the word out. Okay, and if you can't get any promotion for eBay for your work, then I suggest try to stay away from eBay, because you might catch yourself in a hole, and then, you know, you wouldn't get any offers, or you'll get a very low offer, and then you'll decide to cancel it, and then you'll end up just owing money to eBay. I suggest if you can't get notice to whatever you're trying to sell, I suggest just opening up an online store. That's the best way to do it, really. If you can't get to conventions. So that's my suggestion to you, but if any of you have any suggestions for, let them know down below. So this was a long one, okay? So, but I hope I tried to get a lot of your questions, so hopefully I answered your questions. Again, if I missed your question, you want me to answer your question, please do let me know down below, and I will do my best to have all the questions I answered along with their time codes. They should be down below, so you can please check that out below. And see if your question was answered today. Okay, so again, for my China trip, I'm gone for a week and a half, and I think for the vlog, so next week's question and answer won't be as long, because I'll be saving some specific questions for that time I'm away. So on my vlog channel, I will answer a couple of questions every single day, and until I'm able to post regularly. Now, I was told there might be a way I might be able to post while I'm in China. We will see, but I will have that backed up just in case. Okay? But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for following along on my vlog. Really means a lot to me. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. If you want to see my daily activity, please also subscribe to my main channel where I'm working my hardest to get out content for you guys every single weekday and very soon on the weekends as well. And thank you guys for watching. Really means a lot to me. Please continue to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at Box Office Artist. Message me on Facebook, facebook.com/theboxofficeartist. And I'm James, I'm the Box Office Artist. Keep drawing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.